You have to have intelligence and deep thinking abilities to understand what I'm about to talk about. I don't mean to insult anyone, but you have to be able to understand, and you can only do so if you have intelligence at a certain minimum level and understanding. Here goes. Things in life happen simply because you allow it and you accept it. Think deep, please. What I'm about to say and what I'm saying to you is counterintuitive. Some things in life are counterintuitive, and those who comprehend it fully are the small percentage of those who succeed in life. And everyone else and looks at them and says, what do you do for a living? How can you drive that car? How can you travel around the world? How can you do this? How can you do that? They're in amazement because they fail to understand things in life happen because you allow it and because you accept it. I give you a simple example. All of us are seeing these videos that goes around about, for example, these smash and grab robberies all over the United States. Why do you think they're happening? And why do you think they weren't happening before? And why do you think they don't happen in a place like Singapore? Because the authorities allow it and they accept it. Now enact some rules, strict rules like they do in Singapore. Well, in Singapore, for example, I'm just using an example of Singapore. This rule is in other countries as well. It says when you enter the airport, it says punishment for drug offense is death. That means there is no room for argument. There is no room for debating. There is no room for going back and forth and saying, oh, well, you know, it happened because... No, sorry. If you carry drugs, certain drugs, beyond a certain amount, your punishment is death. This trial is going to be very short and very quick. Guess what? Drug offenses in Singapore are near zero. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because this also happens to be true and permeates also your personal life. Stay with me here. If you accept a life at a minimum level, meaning living in the worst places, earning the worst salaries, driving the shitty, crappy cars, wearing cheap clothes, being disrespected by everyone, well, guess what? That's what you're gonna get because you allow it and you accept it. On the opposite side, remember, life is like a coin. It has both sides. On the opposite, if you simply tell yourself, and you know, you have to, someone has to tell you. I am telling you now, but hopefully, if you're lucky, your parents, your uncle, somebody, your mentor would have told you when you were young. If you tell yourself on the opposite side, I will not allow and I will not accept anything but the life that I want. I simply will not allow it. I will live in the nicest neighborhoods. I will drive the nicest cars that I want. Maybe cars are not important to you, but fill in the blank, whatever is important to you. I will wear the nicest clothes. I will eat at the nicest restaurants. I will travel to the nicest places and stay at the best hotels. Fill in the blank. I will have stadiums, courtside, fieldside seats at my favorite sports event. Whatever. You know, don't hold me up to the examples that I'm using. Whatever matters to you, whatever matters to you, you will have the best of it. Why? Because you will not allow and you will not accept anything but. You might think that what I'm saying is a theory. You might think what I'm saying is just hot air. You might think what I'm saying is just easy for me to say. No. I can tell you right now, as I am recording this video, that I personally have experienced the worst of worst in life. There's always worse than what I've experienced, I'm aware. But I've been at the lowest lows and the highest highs. And when you are traveling in those circles, when you are traveling in the lowest lows, you come across those others who are traveling in the lowest lows. And when you are traveling in the highest highs, you come across those who are traveling in the highest highs. And these are the lessons that you simply do not learn in any college or any educational institution. As I said, you're either lucky to have intelligent parents, uncles, relatives, teachers, mentors who tell you this, or you don't. But you are hearing it now. You are hearing it now. I am living proof. And the countless others that I know are living proof that this is not a theory. This is a fact. This is a roadmap to success in life. This is a roadmap to whatever matters to you that you wish to have and you don't have now in life. Things happen because you allow it and you accept it. Pardon me again for being distracted by things that I see here in Athens, Greece. So, these smash and grabs, these car break-ins, all of this stuff will stop overnight. You heard me correct. Overnight. If the government enacted archaic rules of punishment. There is no theory, there is no ifs and buts, there is no maybes. It would be 100% stopped overnight. If the government says, we will not accept or tolerate or allow this kind of behavior anymore, starting immediately, right now at midnight on August 20th, 2023. You will see how it stops. If you allow it and you accept it. Remember that. Remember that if it's important to you what kind of life you're gonna have from this point, from today, from August 17, 2023 forward. You can ignore what I'm saying. God be with you. God be with you. It's your life. Or you can adopt it and see change in your life. Things happen in your life because you allow it and you accept it. And greatness comes to your life because you won't allow and you won't accept anything but. Think deep. If you have questions, put it in the comments. All the best.